Nice meme. Real well done there, guys. We're going to get into the game. It is game 2, of course, of the 5 games that we have today. EG and compLexity trying to figure out who is going to play up against OG in our next matchup. And this is probably one of the biggest stories is what EG is going to do with Sumail in the offlane. How well is he going to play? Right now he's heading into the safe lane. He might play a solo safe lane position while the rest of them go into the offlane, maybe do some aggressive tri-lane shenanigans for EG, or they just try to dodge whatever compLexity lanes are going to be. And we will wait and see how this pans out. But for now, just kind of each hero divvying up and heading to their respective lanes, if you will.
Yep, it's a good approach to the Morphle, who typically gets the attribute shift to level 1, so his level 1's completely useless against multiple heroes.
Yep.
But they did scout Sumail as he was walking down into lane, I'm pretty sure.
Is this supposed to be like this? Is Morphling, click on Morphling real quick.
30 seconds to battle.
Maybe I think you have, no, it's just me. Look at this.
Oh boy.
I don't know what's going on here.
Your Dota's all messed up.
Yeah, it's not happy. I think maybe it's something to do with Layerth or something. I'm going to blame Buka for this. This is a him issue for sure.
Shifting the blame onto Zyori TV.
That's right. Any complaints, make sure you tweet him at Zyori TV on Twitter, please.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
It means a lot to us.
It really does. It's very important.
He's in charge, so we just listen to him.
Yeah, we just follow his directions.
He's the big man speaking to us in the ear.
Exactly. So we will have the EG squad. They've got RTZ at Bounty Rune, and Misery picks up one as well, but compLexity will grab 2 of their own. Zefric will start in the top lane on the Wyvern, blocking the wave, making sure they can get up there. Jesse's actually already moving down towards bottom. He does not want to deal with that top lane, but we'll see if EG respond accordingly and move this Ursa down bottom as well, or if we just keep the lanes sort of stock standard that we have right now.
Yep, Misery pulling the creep wave away from top lane too. I think Afu was the first person I saw to do this consistently on LFY at TI.
It feels like everybody's doing it now.
Yep, now it's become completely normal, happens every game.
I think Matema Man tweeted about it. He said how to be an offlane player, and like tweeted that.
It was a good guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you gotta do is pull wave, guys.
Full wave, get your level 2 win game or something like that.
Yep. Look at this tri-lane out in the mid lane from EG. They understand where the carry is.
RTZ, they know, is going to lead them to the promised land. And Limp, he's level 1, he has Shadow Strike. He needs to be a little careful, he's taking some harassment crit, but this is going to secure RTZ's early game, which is very important. Already up to 6 Necromastery stacks. He has a Wraith Band along with it, but obviously this will make maybe a few of the other lanes a little bit harder. Although Sumail's having a pretty good time as well. He's 5 last hits at this point.
Yeah. They actually can't do anything to him. These heroes don't deal enough damage to stop him from just pushing the wave.
And he's just going to spin, and he's going to run up at them, and they're just not going to be able to do anything.
Yep.
8 tangos. He's going to have a Triangle Boots pretty soon. He'll be fine, honestly. He has no issues right now.
These lanes are a disaster for compLexity. Morphling, sure, he's going to farm, but Axe gets everything he wants.
So, do you just switch the lanes again, or are you already committed? Ooh, look at that call. Look at how aggressive he gets a spin onto Kyle. He gets 2 spins, 3 spins. He needs 1 more auto attack. The Fisher comes out. Kyle has to use the Fisher defensively, and now he has to leave. They will use the mana burn onto Chessie, and Sumail already super aggressive. I know you're supposed to be on Axe, but man, he got 3 spins, almost bringing Kyle down for solo first blood.
Yeah, and that's just, look at him. He's just going to sit there behind the wave and just cut the creeps.
This is in the off lane. Man, Sumail is just, he's in there.
Zone. And this is kind of the story for all of compLexity's lanes at the moment. We have Ursa against Beastmaster in the top lane. Sure, Beastmaster had a lot of early free CS because of the Wyvern, but now...
Look at Sumail. Look at this. He's pulled into the camp to get as many spin procs as possible. They're going to try to chase him down. There's the Arc to burn. The Fisher will block him in. This might be a kill. He stayed a little bit too long, trying to get some spins. He'll go for the call TP. The Impale trying to keep him alive, and the Centaur Conqueror adds Stomp on cooldown for 7 seconds. They will get Kyle the last hit, but they have successfully pushed him out of lane. But Fear dives onto the Tier 1 tower and gets first blood on Tamu in a 1 versus 1 matchup. My God. It's good that he got that because he only has 4 CS to the 14 that Mu has.
Yep, the Wyvern started up top, so Ursa couldn't really last in the beginning of the game, but now advantage is completely gone. And look at mid. Queen of Pain has 5 last hits. Shadow Fiend has max souls.
This is a disaster for Limp at this point.
Yep. Once this happens, Queen of Pain feels quite useless. A lot of her strength comes from being able to pressure early on in the lane phase. But look at this. Witch Doctor, he's the real doctor. He's healing Arteezy up.
Yeah.
Has regen for days as well.
He's the medic at this point.
Yep.
Just give me that Buddha Restoration. Limp, oh my god, the double raise. Meanwhile, Chessie, they'll get the kill onto Misery down bottom. Looks like Misery just out of position potentially as Sumail is rotated back in the lane. They've rotated all 3 heroes down bottom for complexity, so they will secure that kill. But we'll keep our eyes peeled on mid where RT continues to get farmed. Cast coming out, another raise will hit. The cast will continue to bounce and almost bounces again. And if it did, Limp maybe dies there to the second raise, and perhaps the third if they can get it. But no such luck. However, he is forced back Brags to his fountain where he is going to have to heal. He's only at 6 CS now. He's already having a tough time. It's an unmitigated disaster for Limp right now.
Yep, the Queen of Pain is picked to be able to pressure Shadow Fiend. And then now once you're playing all these musical lanes, you don't have the best support heroes to pressure SF. All of a sudden you end up in this complete garbage situation where Queen of Pain can't even last hit against SF. There's always a hero sitting in the mid lane protecting him too, so you can't gank him. It's just a nightmare. But look at bottom lane.
They're going to try to make something happen here with the Arctic Burn. They've got the Enchant Totem. He's going to use the call. They avoid it. He has Fisher available for Kyle. Spin's coming out plus Battle Hunger. Can he get another spin? Kyle, he's actually going to stay alive as the Fisher comes out at the perfect time. And plenty of damage done from Chessie and Z-Freak. So while Sumail is getting a lot in that bottom lane, he will finally get dropped by this complexity tri-lane.
This is the only real lane they can do anything, it feels like. All these other lanes feel like complete dead lanes where they just can't fight at all.
They were getting plenty of CS from Moon in the top lane, and he's still ahead of Fear, but Fear has caught up significantly after he got that kill. And Misery might look for an Impale, and Axes will come through. We also have something being set up in the mid lane for complexity. We'll keep our eyes there, but now they're looking for the Impale. They're going to have it. And it's going to be the Earth Shock, the Mana Burn coming in, Overpower to follow up. Fury Swipe starting to stack up. Great blocks for Misery, but he doesn't have another Impale for 6 seconds, so not enough to get the kill. Moves a little too tanky, plus the Belt of Strength, also keeping him up a little bit longer. So good attempt there. He will walk back into the tier 1 tower.
Yep, maybe if he had the phase boots, he actually bought them in base instead of at the side shop. You can still buy them from the side shop, right? I'm not crazy.
No, you're not. I know they changed the lie. They didn't change that.
Okay, I was saying.
Are you talking about regular boots or phase boots?
Phase boots.
No, you can't buy phase boots. Sorry, I thought you meant regular boots.
Oh, okay.
They changed that.
What a shame. He actually would have had a kill up top if he was able to do
it's just that you can still buy trends, which is weird. I just don't know why they changed the phase. I don't know. I guess it's fine. I'm sure Ice Frog knows. I'm not gonna question his methods. But as expected, Arteezy continues to garner an advantage in this mid lane, a 3,000 net worth lead, or rather, he has 3,000 net worth at this point. He's ahead.
Queen of Pain's level 4.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's not good at all.
That is, he has 2 null tallies. He's trying to get a range route. This is poverty Queen of Pain if I've ever seen one.
Yep. When this kind of thing happens, Queen of Pain can kind of come back at 6 if they can kill Shadow Fiend with a gank or anything like that, but if he gets mana burn once or twice, won't have mana at all.
Arteezy will try to get Arctic Burn. Now Sumail's coming in and Kyle has to run. He gets the call off in time. There's the Battle Hunger. Raze comes out, range drop, but he's dead to the Battle Hunger one way or the other. He will get dropped down, and Sumail will do it with an auto attack. So just a little bit too aggressive of an evasion for complexity, and it will be a turn for those few heroes for EG. Well,
it looks worse than it is, right? Look at the goal lead. It's only less than, well, it's only 1K-ish. So it's not that bad.
right.
At the same time, you feel like complexity can't really make moves, especially around the mid lane. And Shadow Fiend's just comfortable jumbling now to get mystery experience.
I mean,
some comp. Got something.
I'm going to try with a Fisher here. They already used the waveform. Fear is, he can get out of here with his phase boots. He's pretty speedy. Plus he has Earth Shock and Enrage, which makes him tanky. So he might survive this. They have another Fisher, an 8-inch tank totem will miss. There's the Enrage coming out, but he also dodges the waveform damage with the Enrage. Nicely timed from Fear. And that 3-man gank squad isn't going to accomplish anything here. And EG will survive yet another day on this Ursa.
It looks so desperate.
Yeah.
You know, they really, really want to be able to secure a kill anywhere, and they just can't manage to make it happen.
I mean, you've got an experienced lead right now. You've got plenty of net worth on EG, especially Arteezy and Fear, who are up there. Chessie's doing well, but he's going to have to do a lot of work in this particular game and getting back into it. Moo rotates in, and that looked like another desperate play, but there's a ward that scouts him moving up from this hill.
Trying to make anything happen with Roar because they desperately need to tip the scales in one of these lanes, otherwise it's going to keep going the exact same way.
I mean, it just gets worse and worse. And luckily for me, I don't have the net worth indicator on mine because of layers, but you could see it is a 2K lead at 8 minutes. That's significant, but it's not, you know, completely out of control just yet. For
the problem is the lead is growing.
Exactly.
Right. They need to stop that somehow.
They're going to look for Sumail in the bottom lane with Moo and Z-Freak, but Sumail is level 7, and against Z-Freak, he can get caught pretty easily. Plus, no Cold Embrace, and Sumail does so much damage. They have to run away from him and still try to kill him at the same time. Look at one spin, the Battle Hunger already doing some work. He has the call if he wants to try to dive. He's looking for Z-Freak instead. Another spin call just misses. Animation not quite there in time, but you can see he's just bullying these two heroes, and he's solo right now. This allows him to go for something mid. However, they're going to find an invincible for Kyle. The Enchant Totem coming in. They'll jump at the Fisher, comes up the Scream of Pain as well. The Voodoo Restoration. Sonic Wave hitting onto 2. They have cast back up in 1. They need the Splinter Blast. They'll find it, but it's not enough damage. And Crit now, he's the one caught out and killed. But can they turn this around? The cast will continue to bounce, but they will not find it on Kyle. And compLexity will be able to get back up to the high ground. Yes, they get a kill on a support, but it is just a support for them here, Brax.
3-man rotation with Sonic Wave for Witch Doctor. Not ideal.
We got him, boys.
But it is desperate, right? It's something. SF has to go heal. Queen of Pain catches up a bit in experience and gold. So it's something, and they need that.
Yeah, I mean, they need anything they can get at this point. This is before Misery has his level 6, obviously. Next Assassin Vendetta is going to be big. They missed the Impale onto Moo. He still might be in trouble. Kyle looking for a Fisher that stops him from progressing any further. But, yeah, I mean, Sumail is bullying these people. I mean, he's like 4th in net worth. He's actually going for Vanguard first, interestingly enough, instead of going straight for Blink Dagger. But he's going to be very tough to kill. They just won't have enough damage at this point. And, by the way, they went max Wild Axes on Moo. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yep.
Which is very interesting.
I think it's pretty normal.
Is it?
I think so. I'm not positive, but I've seen it before.
I've seen a lot of Call of the Wild, but that was like the last patch before 7.07D. I thought axes were really good when the new patch first came out, when Dueling Fates first came out, and you had the damage amplification. Fisher coming out onto Crit. He was trying to grab a Bounty Rune, obviously not successful in doing so. And EG, they're getting plenty of room for both Fear and Arteezy. Arteezy especially has just been in the jungle, raising camps. And he's up to 35 Necromancy stacks.
Yep. See, the thing is, they can't go to gank him because they just, there's nowhere to go, right? They can't even leave their lanes at this point. Queen of Pain has to play catch up, wait for Sonic Wave to come off cooldown. Winter Wyvern and Earthshaker, not the highest damage duo. So even if they find him, what can they really do?
Right.
All
He doesn't have Sonic Wave.
They just have to bring the numbers and they can push.
That's exactly what EG are doing now. They're going to raise the wave. They have Sumail nearby.
Siege creep is up too.
Misery is Vendetted up. He's still going to be Vendetted for quite a long time. He's only halfway through his duration. He can try to find a stun on the limp and maybe secure this kill. Ooh, good blink just in time. He sees Arteezy trying to dive the tower. He knows there must be a Nyx Assassin. He actually was under the tower and he was spotted by the Vision, I believe. So he was able to blink out in time. Moo rotating, looking for a war, might find Misery, and he gets off the Spike Carapace in time, but still in a lot of trouble. The Wild Axes, the Necrobook 1. That's a big kill to start off this fight, but now Z-Freak's the one getting chased down instead. Up under the high ground with the Arctic Burn, now they're going to blink it with what they want, a Sonic Wave. They have the Fisher, Arteezy's in trouble. Wander's is coming out, they want this kill, the Sonic Wave blows him up, and that will be a big 2-0 advantage there for compLexity in that fight. And at least Fear, though, in the meantime, continues to flip push bottom with Helm of the Dominator.
Both teams still pressuring side lanes as that happens, but that's a massive kill. They finally managed to take down Shadow Fiend. Look at Morphling's net worth all of a sudden doing very, very well.
Yeah, wow. All misses from Sumail again. Not quite there in time. No Blink Dagger. He just built his Vanguard, so ways away from that Blink Dagger.
Yep. There's going to be a big window where EG lack catch, right? We see Nyx Assassin running around Invis from time to time, but still, it's not reliable.
Right.
If there's a Sentry Ward or if it's too deep or Hail misses, it's just not going to happen. But at the same time, it lets Axe push these lanes out super aggressively without being in danger. So it helps him play more like a core hero rather than initiator.
Yeah. Still needing that Blink Dagger, though, then they can really start getting things going. But having Arteezy die is a giant advantage for compLexity. It's still in 2K lead for EG at this point. But Moo is starting to get back into it. He already has his Necro 1. He's building into now a Medallion. You saw the Necro 1 do some work. They're going to lose this Tier 1 tower, though. Whether or not it gets denied remains to be seen.
Yep, this is not defendable at all.
It's just dead, yeah.
And once these Tier 1 towers drop, they have to worry about Ursa doing Roshan. Helm of the Dominator creep can tank Roshan forever, basically.
Where is his Dominator creep? Have you seen it?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He had it on cooldown for a bit. I don't know what happened to it, though. So, anyway, that's not important. What is important is that they continue to gain this advantage, now 2K, and they continue to take towers, both Tier 1 bottom and mid taken down. Obviously, the next logical progression would be into that top Tier 1. Like you mentioned, Roshan always a factor with this Ursa as well. And we'll see if compLexity can try to find their own tower or maybe a pick-off or two. They're starting to get some room for Chessie, who's now building the Lincoln Sphere. And again, he can carry this game, but he's going to need room to work here in terms of getting his items and whatnot.
Yep, both teams are making a lot of moves, but they're still farming lanes. Right, when you look at EG, they're not overreacting, they're just out-pushing lanes, farming 2 out of 3 lanes, trying to play the map game complexity. Feel like they need to heavily commit for towers right now. They're committing to this tier 1.
Yeah.
And at this, it just gives them a window for Roshan. Ursa has a creep, he's tanking Roshan's gonna die super fast.
Yep. Center Conqueror Stomp, or rather Center Conqueror will help tank it up. They have the Buddha Restoration.
That's the problem with bringing so many heroes down to the bottom lane for that tier 1 tower. It's just, it becomes really obvious when you see only Morphling hitting the tower than heroes off the map. You just know he's there. They're not showing mid or top, so Roshan's.
Here's the thing we need to use in Rage. Just grabbing himself the Aegis. They leave an Arcane Rune. And they might work on this tier 1 tower at top. And the first thing they need to do, though, is backstab and try to defend this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. You can see Misery is coming in.
Yep, there is a sentry.
There's a sentry very close. He's walking right on the outside now. They've spotted him. Moo thought about going forward, decided against it. And Misery knows there's a sentry there, considering there's a range creep hitting him. So he has a pretty good idea of what's happening right now. However, this allows compLexity to get the hell out of there and stay safe.
So Aegis on Ursa now, and he's close to Blink Dagger, 100 gold away. That's when it gets bad. That's when he can just freely jump in with the Blink Dagger and Aegis, force all these spells to come out.
God, Suno's taking a giant stack right now that will give him his Blink Dagger and a little bit more on top of it, too.
Alright, so they just hit all their item timings. Blink Dagger on Axe, Blink Dagger on Ursa, Aegis complete, too.
So it's pretty much time to go.
Yep.
Blink would be great if they had it now and looking for Limp, but they're not going to find him. And again, still pushing bottom. This is good for compLexity. They only have 2 heroes here, trying to put some pressure on this tier 2 tower. But they have found Limp, and Fear jumped in. They actually had the Centaur Conqueror Stomp ready. I'm pretty sure he just waited for the Quap to blink it, and he Centaur Conqueror Stomp. That's actually insane.
It was
I wish
very
I saw
nicely
that.
played. He ran in the mid lane, faked out the clap, and then Centaur was behind him.
That's nuts.
Yep, and look at this. Now he's got a wagon, too. Siege creep.
Or they can really start pushing if they want to.
It's funny to think that the game, a lot of teams revolve around these siege creeps before they actually want to push, you know? Yep, 5 minutes comes out, let's go. 10 minutes comes out, let's go.
Yeah.
It feels very impactful. Up top, Z-Freak might get vision in some raises.
I think Kyle is going to be dead. There's the call. Winter's Curse keeps Arteezy there. They actually don't have enough damage to kill Kyle yet. They didn't get any spins, really. He's still in trouble. There's the Echo Slam onto 2. Crit getting low. Arteezy actually took down Z-Freak in the back lines. There's the calling plays. And despite them Winter's Cursing Arteezy and trying to find something, Kyle couldn't really help out with his Fisher because he was the one that was called. And they're going to turn this into a tier 1 tower very easily for EG.
Yep, Chessie had his TP canceled in the bottom lane too. Misery, Scatternut, and Vendetta managed to stun him, but honestly you can't stop this push at all from EG. I don't think there's any way they can fight the double Blink Daggers and the Aegis at this moment.
No,
they just need to keep farming.
It's really difficult at this point. They're still a ways away from this Aegis timing. It's 2 minutes before, I think actually more than 2 minutes before this Aegis is gone.
Are they close to anything that's going to change the outcome of these team fights?
Maybe the Lincoln Sphere, but even that isn't really going to help you that much. I mean, yeah, Chessie's not going to die. He hasn't really been dying in the first place.
I mean, look at this up top. Fear can just blink in casually, and they can't really use too much on it because he has items.
EG are just straight up running at compLexity right now, trying to take down the towers. Fear's getting low. He still has the Aegis. Doesn't want to use it just yet. The Voodoo Restoration will keep him alive for now. Splinter Blast onto Arteezy doesn't do anything. And this is going to be a tier 2 tower, and the only thing Chessie could do is just farm bottom. And in the meantime, Misery's also dealing with mid too, so Moo is just getting run at. Arteezy has an SNY, the perfect run at you item. Smail trying to find the Calling Blade. There's the Battle Hunger. He won't dive the tier 3 tower though. Coming in from behind is going to be another target. It's Limp. They know where the Quap is. There's the Impale. It's going to hit one raise. They're going to find a second as well. Is it going to be enough Spike Carapace? Not going to be procced as, of course, Limp doesn't use the screen or anything. He just blinks on out, so he will survive at the very least.
What a shame. Misery didn't have his mana burn up. It was still on cooldown from before. It would have been enough damage to finish him off, but yeah. Still, EG, they're just rolling down lanes from tower to tower. compLexity can't stop them at all. Lincoln Sphere is pretty much done on Morphling, but you're right, I feel like it's not going to change anything at all.
No.
They still need more. But
maybe like a shotgun maybe, went afterwards, like an Ethereal Blade for Chessie.
So in 5,000 gold they can fight?
Exactly. That's the problem, right?
That is a big problem.
I mean, maybe you go for a cheaper item just because you know you're going to lose all of your towers if you wait any longer, but
it's quite grim.
Yeah, it certainly is. You're looking for a good Winter's Curse, perhaps a Sonic Wave and an Extra Stem to follow it up. You need the really perfect team fight from compLexity, considering they're down this much gold, 10,000. Moo is going to be called out. Jump in, there's the call. And we'll get off the Cold Embrace and the Winter's Curse, but Arteezy should be fine. Fear is on the back line, just chomping down Kyle. And we'll take down Move first. Kyle will also get dropped by Fear. Looking for another. It's going to be Z-Freak getting chased down. He's trying to juke and jive. He's Arctic Burn actually up in 6 seconds. Nice juke, but it's only going to keep him alive for a moment longer. Call is there. They will use it. Double kill for EG's Fear, and a dominating spree for them as well. So 3 dead, and EG are trying to just put the finishing touches on this game as they work on this tier 3 tower in the mid lane.
This game is a massacre. It fell, feels like it became so difficult so quickly.
Right.
Roshan died, 2 Blink Daggers picked up immediately afterwards. I don't know what they can do, honestly. Like, Shaker Blink Dagger is probably their best bet at being able to take team fights.
I mean, the only thing Chessie's been able to do is just been split pushing at this point. Sonic Wave hits onto Fear. He still has the Aegis, surprisingly enough. It's actually going to be dropped finally. Chessie now called up. Still attribute shifting. Going to get raised twice. Pretty tanky, of course, with the attribute shift. Fear's going to back himself up. They've taken the tier 3 and the melee racks. Fear has the enrage. He's going to use it. Going to try to turn on the limp instead. Sumail gets the call right onto Chessie, but not onto limp. And Fear now might fall. Echo Slam coming in. This is a good fight for compLexity so far. Now Sumail might get dropped next as well. Adaptive Strike, 1 more auto attack, and it's going to be 3 dead for EG. And they will hold for compLexity. Barely, but they will hold.
All right. They did it.
They did that like times 1,000. Yeah.
Jesus. That's rough.
Yeah, I mean.
No, but in all seriousness, Shaker got 1,000 gold off that team fight. 1 more, and he has a Blink Dagger. There's hope. It's not completely over, right? Now there's no Aegis that they have to fight into as well. I'm sure EG have a lot of gold to spend, but it's something.
Yeah. If they can get this tier 1, maybe things start going back in their favor. I mean, Chessie does have a lot of farm. He is building the Ethereal Blade.
Yep. It's a lot of time for them to keep farming as well.
Yeah.
It was a very nice team fight execution. They played the fight very well.
This game's not over yet.
No, definitely not. It's only 1 Rax block. Come on.
Yeah, melee racks, not even the full set, which is a big deal.
Where's your inner compLexity fan? Bring him out.
I'm trying. I think that it's definitely a possibility. They're playing. I mean, the last team fight was really well done. It's just the lane phase was really rough. So they were in a disadvantageous position for so long.
We see Queen of Pain still trying to play catch up as well. She just finishes Orchid, which isn't that bad of a timing, honestly, but it's just not ideal because SF is so far ahead.
Right, that's the issue. It would be fine if Limp and the SF were sort of similar net worth, but that's not the case at all. Shadow Fiend is not doubling him yet, but he's getting to that point in terms of net worth.
And at least Cole, they do play very well as a team. Like, they're making plays to accelerate Shaker's farm to Blink Dagger, like Moo's axing the waves so Swindle can last at everything with Fissure to help him get the Blink Dagger, but EG, they're just going to run straight down mid, it looks like. Well, maybe not, actually.
They're trying to find a way in. They might find Z-Freak here. They'll see the Splinter Blast, whether or not they want to try to head in that direction. Looks like they will. RTZ will push the wave out real quick, and then they will get the tier 2 tower bottom. So compLexity get like 2 or 3 towers in the span of a few minutes there, which is pretty nice. Moo was building a Blink Dagger he had in his quick buy, decided against it, now goes instead into the Necro 2. So, all right. Oh, that's a Spirit Vessel for crit. That's yeah, that's pretty good.
Dire's top shrine is under
EG
attack.
taking over some map control. I'm pretty sure they're just going to wait for the next Roshan. They can start the spawn pretty soon and then close this game out pretty easily. Blink Dagger though for Earthshaker, very close.
Yeah, that's the big item.
That could be the game changer.
Yeah, the Blink Echo, getting to level 2 Echo Slam also will be pretty important as well.
Yep.
Then the next big timing for EG, potentially Roshan in 1 minute and 2 seconds. Just keep the waves pushed out. Also head to that tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. Try to take that objective. So you take all of the map control away from compLexity. We'll see if that's going to be the case.
Dire's top shrine is under
Sumail has
attack.
been spotted. There's a ward. Limp broke the smoke, actually, which was pretty well done. And he blinks himself out of trouble. In the meantime, another TP completed, which was by Moo. He's back at home.
Dire's top
And EG,
shrine
they're not
is
able to
under
find
attack.
anybody with that smoke with the Sea Gang, so they're all going to head out and back to the base.
Yep, they know exactly what's going on now, and Chessie needs about 1,000 gold for his E-Blade. That could be it, honestly. The E-Blade and Blink Dagger coming in at the same time, but EG, they probably aren't going to let that happen. They're just running down lanes, forcing objectives.
You got to give it to compLexity. They've really brought this lead back. It's like only a 5,000 net worth advantage, where it was a 10,000 maybe a few minutes ago.
No, their gameplay after losing that mid-rack has been very, very good.
But it still will come down to that, perhaps that one high ground defense or that one Roshan contention.
Well, look at the setup. Melon's already placed the ward up on the high ground, so if EG do continue, they'll really see everything. Blink Dagger picked up a head shake, and the E-Blade is only a couple hundred gold away from Chessie.
Yeah, they would definitely want that item before they try to take a fight, but it's got to be close. They might continue to push high ground now if you're EG. They're going to take the shrines first, so this will give some more time for complexity to get that ethereal blade. Jesse really wants this item. He's so close. He just needs 1 or 2 more camps.
Bottom shrine has
And
fallen.
if you're EG, though, don't you think you might head to Roshan instead? You get some wards down and try to keep the wave sweeps out and head to Rosh at this point?
For sure. They can run down a lane together, push complexity back inside their base, and then fall back to set up around the Roshan pit. And then all of a sudden you're walking into the darkness trying to contest Roshan, see if they're there. And then that puts you in these awkward positions where it's easy to get flanked by the Ursa or the Axe.
They do have the blink dagger on the Earthshaker, though, so the blink Echo Slam is available if they can get into the pit.
It's level 1, though.
That's true. He's close, though. He's getting there. Maybe they need the tome. I don't know.
Oh, Hawk spots out Roshan.
They're going to go for a smoke, it looks like.
Your favorite creep, the Ogre Frostmage.
Yes.
Applying ice armor to everyone.
The Ogre Frostmage is fabulous, let me tell you.
He's a jolly dude.
Yeah, he's just throwing out those ice armors. He won't play complexity because, of course, he can't break the smoke, but he knows they're missing from this jungle. Where are they?
It's only Ursa doing the Rosh, though.
What's going on?
They don't want to walk into the pit because that'll
They
set
see
themselves
fear
up
now.
for an
Chessie's smoke is broken. There's the Echo Slam of the
Echo.
back lines. That hits onto 2. The fish along with the waveform. Sonic Wave. That's the combo they've been looking for. Complexity will take a 2-0 advantage in this fight, and they're going to try to find more. Potentially Roshan. And now if you're EG, you have to regroup and get back again. Sumail has the blink call. They might want to go for this
20 seconds
3
to respawn.
versus 5. There are a lot of creeps in that Roche pit. Sumail has been spotted, though, by Z-Freak, the Arctic Burn. Blink now put on cooldown. He also has a Yule Scepter. Roche is getting lower and lower, and it doesn't look like EG are going to be able to contest this. In complexity, a great team fight, a great Echo Slam from Kyle turns it around. And now things are even up, even a little more up here as they'll drop it back down to about a 5,000 net worth deficit for them.
Very nicely done. We've got a real game now, Moth. This game is evening up nicely, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they still... Arteezy is still the big issue. He has 16,000 net worth. But this Ethereal Blade from Morphling is going to make the lives of the supports pretty miserable for EG. They're going to get blown up. There's already a lot of damage from Chessie in terms of auto-attack damage.
We also have no BKBs coming out on the side of EG. I guess the Axe is actually pretty good here for Ursa, because he can break the stuns from the Roar and Earthshaker stuff, so he can just tank the damage that way.
Yeah.
But SF went for Lincoln Sphere instead of BKB. It could come back to bite him later on.
Yeah, I think so. With the Earthshaker starting to do some serious work here, it could get a lot harder for EG in the near future. And they've taken all the outer towers. They've taken a tier 3 and the melee racks.
Up top, Z3, he's probably going to die.
I think
in like 2 minutes.
Oh, he gets the first attack too. That's not even fair. He couldn't even get the glimmer off before he died.
Dire's top shrine
on,
is
lights
under
off.
attack.
That's true. Fear will secure the kill. He's very close to his Aghanim Scepter. He's sitting about 600 away. He will Helm of the Dom, the Siege Creep yet again. They might try to do something here. I mean, they would be fighting into Aegis and Cheese. Who took the Cheese and Aegis, by the way? Cheese is on Limp, Aegis is on Jesse. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Haste.
So we'll see. I mean, I guess you just farm if you're EG for another 5 minutes, wait out the Aegis, try to do something then. But this is 5 more minutes for complexity to get their own farm back and get Chessie some more items here, like the Scotty that he's building into next.
I don't think they'll sit back and farm for 5 minutes. They might not be able to make anything happen, but they'll probably still try to push these lanes out aggressively. Set up on the side lanes like Fear was doing up top, looking for the Wyvern. If they can find a key hero like the Earthshaker or even burst the Queen of Pain before Cheese comes out, Beastmaster, one of these key heroes, then maybe they can make something happen afterwards. But
it's going to be a lot harder to do that on the Limp now as he has the BKB ready to go. He's literally 5 gold away from it. And with that, that's going to be a huge upgrade for him. So
he's made a swift recovery back into this game.
I mean, it was a disastrous mid lane, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it was like down like 30 to 5 or something ridiculous like that.
It's the start that mid laners, it's the biggest nightmare.
Yeah,
playing
they
Queen of
tried.
Pain.
That is for
Snowball
sure.
hero, very early game centric in terms of being able to apply lane pressure, and then just unable to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he had help. Arteezy did anyway. And the Wish Factor crit babysitting him. There's the Aghanim Scepter now done for the Ursa. And we have an aggressive position for Misery. I mean, he's all the way in there trying to get some vision down. And he has placed a ward up under the Uber Cliff. And complexity, they're looking for a Smoke of Deceit. It seems like EG are ready for this. They're back inside their base. A ward was dropped down along with the sentry by Z-Freak, which was not spotted. And instead, they will move into the tier 2 tower. They know that there's people behind Chessie for sure, absolutely, but I don't think they can take this fight into the Aegis. They'll break the Lincoln Sphere as they have Battle Hunger at the ready. They're trying to split push with Arteezy as well as Misery, and it's working, but they're going to lose their tier 2.
High ground is still difficult.
Oh, they've got the call. Chessie, can they pull him back? Just a little bit, but where's the follow-up? They need Misery there. Spike Carapace, Impale, anything. He had to TP back. They're still trying to chase. Misery has blinked up, spotted him, Impale. They have the Battle Hunger. Eulsicker will go through. Battle Hunger breaks the Lincoln Sphere. The call will come out. Nicely done, but he is Strength Morphed at this time. Now Sumail needs to be careful. In fact, he might just get caught and killed here. He's in the death zone at this point. He's right in the middle of the corner.
No damage at all.
Yeah, they're trying to fight though. He'll blink himself out of trouble here. It looks like they get off the Cold Embrace to save Chessie's life, but a good blink back from Sumail to keep himself out of trouble after the call came through.
It's so sad when you get called when you're morphing to strength and then you have no damage and you get stunned again and you're sitting there attacking for 10 seconds with no damage and you can't morph because you're stunned or you're like you're taunted or whatever. It's just so weird.
That was like the most awkward engagement ever.
Yeah.
Neither of them could do damage to each other. They're just sitting in this corner fighting and just like hitting each other and doing no damage.
Yep. EG was trying to make something happen because they saw Limp in the base, but at the same time you can't commit too hard on the morphling like that. So
Right.
they're just trying to bait on the other heroes.
So there is a gem, by the way, on Moo. I don't know when they picked this up. He also has a Shadow Blade, surprisingly enough, too. He's doing pretty well in terms of net worth.
Yep. Swindle Mullins bought the gem a little while ago after he picked up his blink and set up that nice double kill for Roche Champagne.
So they were going to lose Aegis here in about 30 seconds for Chessie, and this is the timing window for EG. They're going to try to make a smoke happen. Of course, compLexity, they probably won't get caught out here. They're all playing together, pretty much sitting behind Chessie, making sure he's safe. He's already got plenty of HP in terms of his strength morph. Maybe they find somebody. Arteezy's close by. He has spotted Chessie. They're going to make a go potentially with a call. They need damage here, and the Arteezy will provide it.
He's still very hard to kill.
They're just going to back up.
Yep.
They say, screw this. This is not going to work out. Let's get out of here. Ooh. And compLexity continue to survive. They have kind of plateaued this net worth deficit to 5K.
They have made a very nice comeback after
Yeah.
losing the mid-rack super early on into this game.
And it all comes down to that team fighting they've had with the Echo Slam on it too, Fisher into Sonic Wave. More than enough damage to get those 2 kills, and then that kind of gets them back into the game because they secure Roshan. And from there, they get some more room to work with. But now the question is, what does EG do other than keeping the wave switch out, which is what they've been doing for the past 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, maybe this is what they need. Sumail picked up an Invis rune. He's
He
gonna
has
walk
found
into
Moo.
the gem. Yep, they know he's there.
Yeah, so... And Misery's nearby as well. He's also indebted. Moo's maybe looking for a target. The rest of compLexity are actually on their way for the most part, although Chessie's just farming, and yeah, maybe not. Cal's down bottom.
It's been so hard for EG to find picks on the sidelines because the Beastmaster push out these lanes from far away pretty safely too. Which makes it so difficult. But speaking of Beastmaster, Sumail is behind them. Do they know though?
I don't believe so. I think Moo hasn't spotted him yet. They got the courier, and Misery TP'd out in the meantime while that was all happening. And Sumail will not spot Moo, nor will they spot each other. Moo will not see Sumail, and they're not going to be concerned. They'll just continue to keep these waves pushed out, continue to get more farm for all these heroes. What are the big items we're looking for some of these heroes? We have a BKB now on Arteezy, so we thought that might be an issue, but he does end up picking up that item.
Yeah, with BKB and Lincolns, now he can just ignore the Roar or the Winter's Curse, one of these abilities.
He's very tanky as well. 23 armor along with it. Butterfly, of course, so he has Invasion to work with on top of all of that. Defensively, Arteezy, it's going to be tough for them to kill him. And Fear is not too easy to kill either, considering he has an Aghanim Scepter at this point. So.
Yeah, he's super good against this Beastmaster. And even the Shaker combo. You can't get chain stun. Well, you can get chain stun. You'll block all the damage.
Blade Mail, Chessie's been caught. There's the Impale. They've broken the Lincoln Sphere, but again, they just don't do any damage at this point. No spins coming out from Sumail. There's the Adaptive Strike to cast. Limp gets a kill on the other side onto Arteezy. They're fighting in the back lines, and they will actually secure a 1-for-1 trade. They will drop the gem. Fear's trying to chase Kyle down. At this point, with Pumpkin and Rage and the Aghanim Scepter going to work. Kyle has another Fisher. Winter's Curse in the back lines. Chessie coming in with a waveform. They're going to get this kill onto Fear, about to drop down. One more auto attack, and Limp will secure a double kill. Not only that, they might find Misery as well as Nick's assassin has been caught out there. The Enchant Totem, they blow him away with the Scream of Pain, and all of a sudden, Fear are feeding one by one, and EG Sumail, he's got Tor now. Limp pops the BKB. We'll get the call off. Sumail is going to yield himself up, gets dropped back down. Fisher waveform, and a 4th kill for compLexity, and all of a sudden, they almost wipe EG in that fight where it was split into 2 for the majority of it.
This game's all compLexity now. They managed to catch out the Shadow Fiend. Earthshaker caught him on the back lines and they exploded him. This game's insane. What's going on?
That was beautifully separated, making sure they have two different sides of the fight. They didn't. RTZ is a lot of that damage. Maybe if they have him there, they kill Chessie, but he was dealing with the axe, making sure they couldn't get involved. And all of a sudden, they're pushing this tier 3 tower. You have buyback on Fear. RTZ's back up in 10. They might just lose this tier 3, and then compLexity can back up, but they will still lose the tier 3 at the very least. They may lose more depending on how long compLexity wants to stay, but they will in fact back up, not trying to get too much. They want to go to the shrines next as well. And they've pretty much evened it up. In terms of the numbers, the net worth is continuing to drop, and it probably will be in favor of compLexity after the shrine is dead.
Yep.
That is insane. compLexity have brought this back from a 10K net worth deficit, and now they are doing some serious work, especially with Chessie having Scotty. And next Roshan is up in 15 seconds, Brax.
Oh boy, and they have the Beastmaster Hawk advantage to just keep in the Roshan pit, waiting for it to spawn. Honestly, that's doing a lot of work this game. The Hawk giving them vision, the random Shadow Blades, and invisibility. Heroes just running around giving vision. It's when it gets to this stage of the game, it's so hard to play against Beastmaster, just because it helps him find the catches better.
And Beastmaster Move has made some furtive moves, making sure they can get some vision all across the map.
They're forcing a Roshan.
They have a DD on RTZ. This might be their best opportunity. They have been scanned, and compLexity are in the area, but EG are not going to commit too hard for this Roshan. Maybe they smoke, and they will.
Yep, there it is.
Trying to make a move either into the pit or for a kill. And they've spotted Limp. He's back in the base. The rest of compLexity.
Okay, this is nice. They're just going to run straight down mid and camp whoever tries to clear these creeps, because they probably think that they're just around the Roshan pit. But of course, there is a Hawk. So
there's a Hawk, so they know that. I mean, compLexity are very scared at this point. There's a lot of them sitting in the trees.
Yep.
They're not even going to show for this creep wave.
Well, they're actually going straight to Roshan now, because two of everybody's
TPing back. And they still have his DD for a moment longer here for RTZ.
It might just
actually ran out. And this thing will still die quickly. With Fear and RTZ, this thing is going to get dropped very fast. Enrage comes out. compLexity are on their way. They have the Winner's Curse. They have all of their abilities. This is a big fight because, like you mentioned, the Refresher Shard is there. Misery will go for the Impale of Vine of the Glimmer Cape. They'll drop the Sentry down. Roche is low. Is it dead yet? They'll jump and lift, looking to find it. RTZ gets the Aegis. There's the Echo Slam onto 3. The Requiem coming out. Chessie waveforming, doing some serious damage. Sonic Wave onto 2. The Death Ward. RTZ still fighting fit. They're going to find Chessie. They get off the Cold Embrace in time. A double kill for RTZ. Winner's Curse comes out. Fear might fall, but he's so tanky. He's not doing enough damage. RTZ will finally drop his own teammate down. It's a 4-for-2 trade. compLexity are actually winning this fight somehow. RTZ is going to die twice, potentially. Moo, no roar. Aegis is now gone. They have the gem on the deck. They're going to try to find him. Limp a little bit low. He has to blink himself out. Orchid it up, getting dropped. Moo doing some serious damage along with Z-Freak. They're going to work. They need this kill. RTZ will take one, and he's standing his ground. But it will still be a team wipe, plus Aegis gone for Evil Geniuses. And compLexity somehow taking that fight with a huge Echo Slam Sonic Wave, despite not having Chessie for the majority of the engagement.
Now compLexity are leading in gold. Jesus.
Yeah.
What happened to the Refresher Shard?
I have no idea. Somebody has, and I'm sure.
There are a bunch of things flying around. I don't know what happened, but
where's the courier?
Dire's bottom
Is anything?
tower is
There's a
under
gem on the Dire courier.
Mhm.
Radiant courier has nothing. Did the
Okay.
Refresher just like get used or something in that fight?
used
It
to
must
kill.
have been.
I'm not sure which one, but
If I
everything
knew-
is gone.
I want to check the combat log, but that's not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. That's a little too much. And Cheese is gone, Aegis is gone, Refresher Shard is gone.
Everything's
That is insane. That is a fight that happened around the Roche pit, and all 3 of Roche's items were used in that engagement. Which makes sense, though. I mean, you have like these big cooldown heroes on compLexity side with like Winner's Curse or Echo Slam. It's important to get that shard. And if you're trying to survive, using the cheese is a big deal. So, I mean, it makes sense that it happened in that fight, which was a bloodbath, by the way. I mean, it was nuts.
Yeah, again, the Shaker initiation in the fight just destroying. It was a good counter initiation from the Axe and everything, but honestly, it's not enough, especially when you spend your BKB duration sitting there hitting Roshan, right? You're going to get kited, you're going to die twice. And honestly, these core heroes on the side of compLexity, they don't really die. Morphling, super, super tanky, Queen of Pain. Same thing, very difficult to take down.
They almost had him even earlier in that fight. Like, Chessie is so tough to take down, and then he got Cold Embraced, and it made it even harder to kill him. But they did put a lot of damage on him from RTZ and Fear. They focused him down at as hard as they possibly could. But now the issue is that Limp is actually doing some serious work in this
Feels like a
game.
real hero in this game, though.
17,000 net worth. He is now ahead of Fear. he had, again, one of the roughest mid lanes I've seen against both Arteezy and Crit, of course, on the Shadow Fiend and on the Witch Doctor, respectively. He had like 5 last hits to 30 was the CS score at that point of the game. And now he has a PKB, he's got an AC, he's working on, of course, the Maelstrom into Mjolnir, potentially already has the Orchid. I mean, he's got everything he needs for these team fights now. And he's also level 23, getting very close to that level 25 talent, the Fear, if he wants to get it, or the Spell Block.
Yep, feels like complexity's game now. They're the ones that are out pushing, and EG are the ones that have to play. Very scared. Look at the warding from complexity, too.
So here's the issue with complexity winning that fight.
Okay.
If they win it 3 versus 5, they take the Aegis, but they don't get the Aegis, they don't get the Cheese, they don't get the Refresher Shard. If they get those things, they can try to push and maybe try to win the game. Do you think you have to wait now for complexity, or could you potentially just try to keep the waves pushed out and go for a tier 3 push at some point?
I feel like they're in no rush to end this game at all. They are the ones that scale harder. They'll always have the advantage of being able to start these fights before BKBs go up just because of the Earthshaker factor.
Right.
He can always lead with the Fissure, then blink in an Echo Slam, so you can burst heroes like Shadow Fiend. And it's going to be a problem the entire game for SF. There's no real way to itemize against it. It's just about getting tanky enough and having vision on these heroes before they come in. But then putting the Beastmaster, who gives you vision for that purpose, exactly. So that could put this mid.
This is a problem for Fear. They missed the Fissure, though. Adaptive Strike, there's the Enrage. Scotty's slowed down, though. He might be in trouble. Echo Slam keeping him in place now. On the other side, Limp's getting caught out. There's the Abyssal Blade. Ethereal Blade comes out and blows up Fear. And now Arteezy is going to be next, but BKB will not save him. The Roar came out afterwards, and that is too much. 3 dead. Crit now on the run. Kyle has no Fissure. He just used it. Limp ready to go with another Shadow Strike. Crit actually jukes up to the high ground. They won't find him. Nice juke play there, but the problem is Fear, no buyback. He's dead for 63. Arteezy has one. He doesn't want to have to use it, but he almost certainly will. Otherwise, this game will end. And in fact, the game might just be over all right now because of that last fight, which was
It honestly
insane.
might be. Shadow Fiend buyback's not the strongest. He has to recoup his souls afterwards.
And they get Crit on top of it. He's dead for 53. No buyback available. Chessie will grab the rack. They'll grab the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane. Complexity, it looks like they might have done it. They might have brought this game back from a 10K deficit. Now up 5K, but more importantly, up Mega Creeps, it looks like, potentially. Sumail will take down 1. That is Chessie getting dropped. That is actually big. They might keep this alive for now. They might keep their racks in the mid lane also secure. Limp looking for Sumail. There's the Yule Scepter, avoids the Shadow Strike. Z-Freak is really low. He's trying to fight at this point. Does he have the Arctic Burden? No. 5 seconds. Limp continues to jump in. Sumail in trouble. He's going to go down to the Soul Burn. Misery is going to be next. He'll have to use his Vendetta. Limp has to bring himself out of trouble. Z-Freak, they might have spotted him in the tree line. He's going to go for the Cold Embrace and the Spirit Vessel. Getting raised twice. There's the Impale. A triple raise plus an auto attack. That will secure another kill. And Complexity, so close to taking Megas, but they get dropped on Chessie, one of the most important heroes. He dies solo to Sumail.
I was actually very surprised they're able to take down the Morphling there so quickly. I guess it makes sense with the Blade Mail and everything, but I'm just so used to seeing this hero not die in disables.
He's still tanky, but they are shredding him. They have the damage, especially with Blade Mail.
There's a lot of gold on the side of Complexity to spend now. They all have like half an item.
What is everybody buying? Yule Scepter's already up for Earthshaker. He's had that for a while. Looks like he's going Shadow Blade next. Interesting. All right. There's a lot of interesting items here. Nullifier for the Wyvern.
Yep.
This is...
Can't wait to see that. I feel like he'll never get it, though.
No. We'll see. He may get there if this game somehow goes long enough.
Yeah, this game's not over yet at all. Shadow Fiend hit his 25 Power Spike plus 3 damage per soul. So he gets 180 bonus damage from the souls.
He's also going Bloodthorn, too. He knows he needs more damage.
Yep. It's actually a good way to deal with the Morphling. He has no BKB. He's working on it now, but doesn't have it quite yet.
I like him going for the Halberd. This makes sense.
It's very nice. A lot of these fights come down to just baiting out these... you have to survive as long as possible with heroes like Morphling and Queen of Pain, right? So you can get in, get out. And then heroes like SF rely on the BKB to be able to stand and fight against heroes like the Earthshaker. So, it is nice. You just gotta tank up, make these fights last as long as possible, and then eventually cast your spells on them again after BKBs are down. And then the fight's easy.
Yeah. It's wearing the other team out, essentially.
Yep. You have to last through the BKB and the range meter, so they got
Yeah.
nothing.
I mean, even with those, he dies quickly. This is a problem. He has no buyback. He is going to get roared, and that might just be the end of the game. Just like that. That is
just
insane.
gonna run down it. Yep, there's the pink arrow.
He's drawn it. Let's go. It's time to finish this game off. Kyle's happy. They've taken down Arteezy dead for 100 seconds. Of course, no buyback as he just used it. The only play for EG now is they're going to try to split and go for this Rax in the bottom lane potentially. They could come back and try to defend, but they're defending 4 versus 5, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Because they won't win the race.
They need a big call. They need something big. I'm not sure what it's going to be.
Maybe
They're going to try to find something here with 2 mil. He'll jump in. There's the call. They want to get this kill. Chessie alive for now. Good call to brace the Sonic Wave coming out. Fear is alive. He's doing fine. Going to get off the Winter's Curse. That'll be on to Nick's Assassin. Misery. Fear, his Enrage is done now. No BKB the way for him. They're going to drop him dead for 85. They just bought back on Samuel, but everybody else is dead. It's 4 for nothing here for compLexity. And it is GG called. And compLexity with an amazing comeback here in the second game of the day. They will move on. They will play up against OG in the upper bracket finals of the group stages.
That was extremely well played from compLexity. EG, their early game was so good, but they were unable to close